Hi, I'm Debbie Tran, Project Manager of the Aggie Enterprise Chart of Accounts Design Team. In our last video, we introduced you to the segments in the new Chart of Accounts. As you might recall, the Chart of Accounts is the foundation for processing financial data in the General Ledger. In this video, I want to share with you more about the concept of subledgers, including how subledgers relate to the General Ledger. I will also provide a high-level introduction to one of our most anticipated subledger modules, Project Portfolio Management, or PPM. In our current system, the General Ledger serves as a central repository for all detailed information associated with the financial transactions at UC Davis. Transactions are posted to the General Ledger through user direct entry or recorded through integrations from boundary applications such as Aggie Buy, Banner, Concur, and UC Path. Because of this structure, our General Ledger has become a massive system of millions of lines of data from transactional details. Over time, this has made access to information and financial reporting more and more difficult and cumbersome to manage. The size of the General Ledger, coupled with varied use of KFS FAU values across UC Davis, requires extensive reconciliation and data manipulation in order to produce accurate and timely financial reports. Well, in the future state, we're changing all that. The Aggie Enterprise system will leverage several Oracle subledger modules. A subledger system allows for detailed financial transaction data to be categorized and maintained in a more streamlined manner. For example, subledgers will capture details such as supplier invoice numbers and types and sales of services, customer payments such as the payment method and dates of payment, and asset acquisitions such as an acquisition date and cost. Each subledger has a designated function and will contain information and attributes that are specific to that function. Transactors will use the module-specific fields to record data in the subledgers. Summarized subledger data will then roll up through the General Ledger through Oracle's automated subledger accounting process and be reflected in the General Ledger balances. Simply stated, subledger modules house the details of financial transactions, and the General Ledger summarizes them in an organized manner using the new UC Davis Chart of Accounts. Subledger modules will enable reporting to be run at detailed level when needed, while more general, summary-level information will be reported from the General Ledger. This way, the General Ledger will remain just that, general. The use of subledger accounting will be a significant change for UC Davis. Currently, stakeholders are accustomed to seeing detailed financial transaction data in the General Ledger. In the future, stakeholders will have a summary view in the General Ledger, yet still have the option to drill down into each of the subledgers to view details. Examples of the subledgers that UC Davis will implement in Oracle include procurement and payables to support purchasing and invoice processing, fixed assets to track details of the university's movable and non-movable capital assets, accounts receivable to support billing and manage funds owned to the university, and Project Portfolio Management, or PPM, to track our more complex projects. To illustrate a subledger functionality, let's use the example of the PPM module that we introduced in the Chart of Accounts segment overview video. The PPM subledger module will be used to track more complex projects, often supported by a contract which requires more granular budget and third-party invoicing functionality. Examples of PPM projects include capital projects, sponsored research, and faculty portfolio funds such as faculty startup and indirect costs recovery funds. To capture the complexities of these projects, transactions will be entered in the PPM subledger using the POET AF string. POET AF string includes 4 required segments: project, expenditure organization, expenditure type, and task. Let's spend a moment reviewing each of these 4 segments. The project segment identifies the planned work or activity to be completed over a period of time and which is intended to achieve a particular goal. The POET project values roll up directly to the project segment in the Chart of Accounts. Expenditure organization is the organization incurring the expense and/or generating the revenue. In cases where the expense involves multiple organizations, this may not be the same as the organization that owns the project. POET expenditure organizations translate and roll up to the financial department segment in the chart of accounts. Expenditure type is the natural classification of expense transaction being recorded. The POET expenditure type values roll up to the natural account segment value in the chart of accounts. And finally, task is used to identify activities to further break down a PPM project. Every project must have at least one task. The additional AF fields, award number, and funding source will be required for sponsored research projects. The award number is usually assigned by the sponsor, and the funding source is the name of the sponsor providing the funds. Users will enter transactions using the segment of the POET AF string, which will be configured so that the values translate and roll up to the applicable chart of account segments in the general ledger. You'll notice from this mapping image, not all of the COA segments have a direct translation from the POET AF string. For the other required segments of the chart of accounts, entity, fund, and purpose, values will be generated in the general ledger using various PPM mapping rules. Users will be able to then drill down into PPM from the general ledger when additional details about the transactions are needed. We know that a lot of questions remain around the various Oracle modules, and we're committed to sharing more information as the Aggie Enterprise project continues to move forward. In the coming months, our change, communication, and training team will share our training strategy for chart of accounts, POET AF, and Oracle end user training. We understand there is a desire to learn more, and we're excited to share with you plans to build and deliver targeted training to support all members of the UC Davis finance, budget, and business operations community. In the meantime, to help you become more familiar with POET AF segments, we've created additional reference materials that you can find on our website. We invite you to also download the POET AF Quick Reference Guide and share it with others in your organization. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to us. We want to know your thoughts and get your feedback on this exciting project. Thank you for your time today.